Hey there, guys. I'm Kel Kidman. Welcome to Breaking on the Daily, where really, the title's very accurate today. I thought we'd have at least a good idea of who was going to be president after last night. Even halfway, three-quarters of the way through the night, I was fairly sure Trump was doing pretty well. I mean, if you remember, he was up in Virginia for like 2 hours or something. It was ridiculous. I, but man, we just have nothing. I mean, we're in a very strange part of the story of this election at this point because there is almost no information that I could say to point to anything happening. Because Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, I would argue, Nevada, all of these states, all of those states' fates are really up in the air right now. And there's a lot of things pointing to potential fraud or, suppression even. In Arizona, you have the example of a bunch of people being given Sharpies and then having their votes invalidated. And then you have all this sort of things with like Wisconsin and Michigan having like 100,000 votes pure for Biden show up all at once. And it's just, I don't know. We're in a we're in a very strange part of this election. And more fascinating than the actual analysis of the election itself or what's going on, because to be frank, no one knows what's going on, all right? No one knows who's going to win. I think Trump will end up winning in court battles and all of that. But the fact of the matter is, all the counts you're seeing right now out of Michigan and Wisconsin, all of those are going to be recounted, mostly because they're all within 1 percentage point anyway, and they're like 10,000 vote leads. They're nothing. They are nothing. A recount could change it. A court battle could change it. You could invalidate a bunch of ballots. You could see a lot going on. I mean, you could see a lot not going on as well. And it's strange. It's very strange. Either way, it's a squeaker. Either way, the polls were completely wrong. It's just, man, it's a mess right now. And it is really more fascinating to see how little we actually have in terms of information and in terms of things to actually analyze than it is the things we actually have to analyze. Because there is so little actually going on. Pennsylvania isn't expecting results until like Friday. Nevada isn't even going to be counting votes until tomorrow. We're not going to get results until tomorrow because they aren't going to start counting until like midday today. Arizona stopped counting at like 11 last night. It's ridiculous. It is completely ridiculous what is going on right now and how they are just stonewalling any sort of information. It's so opaque. It doesn't look clean. It doesn't look like everything is as it should be, no matter what side you're on. I don't care what side you're on. When we're having people stop counting at 11 o'clock, when generally you go to like 2, generally you go through the entire thing sometimes. This is completely ridiculous. Usually we have the results on election night. Usually late, usually like, I don't know, 1-2 my time, but we generally have the results. This time we don't. This time we don't know. And that's more worrying than anything else, really. It's just, man, I hope they don't steal it. I mean, I think it will eventually end up being a Trump win. I do. I think in court, I think in recounts, it's going to favor Trump. But man, is it worrying that they're able to not only have all these votes just appear out of nowhere, but the fact that they were able to stonewall it so easily. It's just worrying how much the machine politics is still there. I mean, it's just, man. I mean, but you got to keep working. I mean, they are being so blatant about it now. There are so many things going on all at once that are so blatant, and it's all going on. It's crazy. So yeah, don't believe anything yet. Don't believe anything out of consensus states yet. That's what I'm gonna say. There's no results that are permanent right now. None. So yeah, I think that's all. I mean, really, there's nothing to actually talk about today, a whole lot. I mean, we'll have more tomorrow. Hopefully, there'll be other news stories and such. Today, it's pretty much just election. But yeah, that's all. I'm Kel Kidman. Subscribe for more. This has been Breaking on the Daily. Hopefully, I see you tomorrow. And I'm out.